The average black child reads at a fourth grade level. The average high school graduate in the United States reads at a sixth grade level at best. But you're upset that the Department of Education is closed down? Since it has existed in 1978 when it came into existence, the United States has continued a stupefying downward spiral where we now rank in the bottom 30% globally in terms of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And for all of you complaining, talking about, well, what's going to happen to my child that has an IEP? What's going to happen to my child getting school lunches? First of all, school lunches is now being moved to being handled by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. My children with IEPs, those IEPs are not going to be handled by and those with special needs as well, will be handled and have been moved to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, which is headed by Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who takes a great interest in America's health. Make America healthy again. Robert Kennedy is going to do a great job. But because Jasmine Crockett told you this was going to negatively impact us by the closing of the Department of Education, you believed it. Because CNN told you, you believed it. Shout out to Michaela Montgomery for waking it up on the last, I think it was I Keep It Classic podcast that she did. Y'all have to stop listening to the narratives. And first of all, how has its existence helped us anyway? Especially to my black folks. I just told you that the average black child, the average black boy or girl reads at a 4th to 5th grade level at max by the time they graduate high school. The average white, black, Hispanic, or Asian child that graduates from a United States public school reads at a 6th grade level. The media wants to create and craft BS narratives for you to get into an uproar because the media just flat out doesn't like President Donald John Trump. This is not, by the way, the first time that the U.S. Department of Education was on the chopping block because President Ronald Reagan, who wanted to make America great again and who was the first one to use the slogan, Make America Great Again, he sought to end the Department of Education because he saw the negative impact that it was having on our children as soon as it came into existence. And it's one of the interesting tenets of communism that advocates actually for public schools. What we are in is a literal war between nationalism and communism. Communism wants you to be taught, owned, and operated by the state. Whereas school choice and parental involvement are central tenets of any genuinely nationalist policy, and Donald Trump, being a nationalist, is pro-parental involvement. If you don't want to be involved in the education of your children, maybe you shouldn't have kids. Period, point blank, end of story. And for those of you that have made it this far, if you've made it this far, put a church in the chat, and I need you guys to follow me on YouTube like never before. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm going to start doing long-form podcasts on YouTube because TikTok is good. TikTok is great, but TikTok doesn't always give me the reach that I need. We have to kill the nonsensical narratives. We have to wake up the truth, shame the BS, and call it out whenever we see it. From Crooked Crockett to Chuck Schumer to Crooked Nancy Pelosi to Pocahontas. We got to call them all out, expose the lies, promote the truth. Church.